I got a little bit of a different setup for today. I thought this would maybe be a little more, I don't know, suited for sleepy times. I thought I would maybe do my voice like this instead, because like whispering like this is kind of a lot. But if one of them's better than the other, let me know. I do apologize. I was going to maybe do today like a sort of ASMR roleplay kind of one. 1 second. Why are you not showing the chat? There we go. Okay, I figured it out. But I thought I wanted to spend more time like actually making a script and stuff, and I kind of ran out of time. But I did my best. Also, quick shout out for my free assets I'm using today. They are from AO Material on Twitter. They have a lot of really cool free assets. Where I got this fun little background with the stars move. That's really cool. This fun little ASMR mic to make you think I have one of those, but I really don't. And the really cool text box that you guys are in today. I thought this looked a little more like soothing and stuff. But I didn't really have too much of a plan today for what we were gonna do. Maybe we'll chat for a little bit. I have some stuff I can tap, some drinks I can sip, and things to unwrap. So I figure we'll just kind of do a little bit of everything today, you know? I promise in the future my plan is for the next ASMR to spend time making a little script that we can go through, like a little adventure for you guys. I had some ideas for things like vampire or a crazy doctor. Hi Sim, hello, welcome. Hello. Maybe crazy doctor. Maybe even one where I take you guys around the station and we talk about the station. I just need to set some time to make at least a little bit of a playbook for me to follow for that kind of stream. A script of me tormenting you guys for eternity? No, I'm really nice. You guys love me. A dungeon would be fun, but you guys probably will be getting tortured if we're in the dungeon. I just have some ideas. I just need to spend some time writing them down and then finding assets or commissioning folks for assets that work with it, and also playing with OBS and everything more, so I can figure out how to transition from things better. Maybe an ASMR full of dad jokes. If you guys would like an ASMR full of dad jokes, I can do that. The ASMR is mostly for you guys after all. Shackle us? I'm sure some of them will get a little interesting. Nothing too crazy though. But yeah, I think it would be fun to play with ASMR in terms of more role-playing-esque. I just, like I said, I need to figure it out a little bit more. I think they want to be tortured. I know some people had asked that I be like mean on an ASMR stream, and I can try. But yeah, I don't know, whatever you guys want. I do have some chocolate I was going to open, and then I was going to open it, and I thought that might make a good ASMR sound. Also, I hope I'm not too loud and the volume's okay. Well, here, let me open this with you guys. Wasn't that fun? I also have some slime that might be fun. I don't know how that will sound. I've heard videos where the slime's like really crunchy in the mic, and I thought that'd be kind of cool. Yeah, I'm sorry it's a little not super planned, unlike last time where I had the schedule and everything. I just I ended up having a lot to do today, which was gonna be my day to plan this kind of stuff out. I don't know. We can make it work, right? That's all we're here to do. I have things I can tap, but my chair. I was gonna take a bite of my chocolate and see how that sounds. I think the sound of eating is probably really gross. Sorry. Let me get a sip of water. I always feel like whenever I do ASMR stuff, I know it's only my second time, I always feel like I'm being very cringy and like I'm making fun of it, but I generally am not super versed in it. I don't know. I think people that can do ASMR as their main focus are really cool because it does take a lot of energy and strength and a lot of improvisation, even if it's just an ASMR just where you're chatting and things like that to keep it going. So I do think it's really, really cool. Made me think of SpongeBob when he ate chocolate in front of Patrick. Yeah, I got some really good chocolate. It's the brand Tony's chocolate. I'm not sure if you guys have heard of them. I actually really like their chocolate a lot, and it's nice because they pay their workers a fair wage. Because apparently, and this is just me not knowing a lot about the world, a lot of chocolate and the cocoa cultivation is maybe not the nicest to their workers in terms of fair page and workers' comp and all that kind of stuff. So Tony's Chopper is one of those brands that is trying. Tony Chopper, yes, the One Piece doctor. Tony's chocolate is trying to be a chocolate that's more fair to their workers and everything, which is the whole reason I tried it, but it's actually very good chocolate. I've only ever tried the milk chocolate, so if you guys are into dark chocolate or something like that, I can't say one way or the other how it is. Chocolate company owners just like AK. I'm so nice. What are you guys talking about? I'm so nice. You guys have a job, you have some place to sleep, some place to pee. I don't know what else you guys really need. I don't know. I really don't know. Okay, I'm gonna take another bite of my chocolate because I want it. Where's my white chocolate? Yeah, white chocolate's not even real chocolate, Jesus. It's fake chocolate. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm pretty sure white chocolate is just the cocoa butter, isn't it? I think that's how they make white chocolate. It's not even real chocolate. But if that's what you want, I don't know. I'm not sure if Tony's actually has a white chocolate option. I'm not sure. I know they mostly have they have milk and dark and I believe a hazelnut or an almond. I'm not sure. I will say the bars are a little expensive, but you know, at the same time that means my brain is so small. It means that their workers do get a more fair wage for their labor. But they do have smaller bars that are usually about $2 to $3, where they're like more brick kind of bars, like $5 to $7, depending where you are. So that's just something to keep in mind if you want to try them. They go on sale pretty regularly as well. Again, because probably of the costs, that maybe they don't get sales very, like as much maybe, but I like their chocolate. I think it's really good. I might get another sip of water, because whispering is not something I'm known for. I don't whisper very much in my day-to-day life, and I've never been quiet. the one downfall of ASMR. So I thought maybe this volume was a little better than full-on whispering, but I don't know. It's whatever you guys want, so you can fall asleep, I guess. I'm not a fan of chocolate. It's too sweet and bitter. Have you tried a lot of different types of chocolate, like milk, or dark, or the in-between kinds? Because I've always liked chocolate. I've never had an issue with chocolate. Maybe my issue is that I eat too much chocolate. Just going on verbal like me sometimes. Well, I think it'd be very boring if I was doing an ASMR stream and I wasn't talking to you guys at all. I've seen some ASMR streams too where they do like the licking and the kissing. I don't know how that works. I'm not going to lie. In my mind, when I think about it, I think that they have the mics like this that have the ears and stuff, and I'm just assuming they're like literally licking the mic, which I don't think they're probably doing, and I don't think it's very sanitary, but that's maybe what they do. Also, I hope the alerts are off. I muted them. Like the visual should be there, but sound should be there. Hello, hi, welcome to the family, level 69. Welcome to my ASMR stream where I don't have much planned and we'll just mostly be chatting, or I will be chatting so you guys can sleep. And then I might clinky clanky on some stuff I have sitting around my desk. I'm sure they use those fancy mics. I think they definitely do. I imagine people literally like licking the fake ears, and I don't think that would be very fun. But if you guys want me to, it's on my throat. Sorry. I've had a lot of chocolate brands, and I've ever liked the Crunch Bar. Oh, I love the Crunch Bar. That's one of my favorites with the little Crispies in it. That's one of my favorite, but only the bar. Well, I like the mini ones, the fun size ones too. Those are really good around the holidays. But I've tried like the Pop Crunch, which is like the movie theater little ball kind of ones. I wasn't a big fan of those. I think they use a different chocolate ratio for those. Chocolate's good in small quantities. No, Jesus. Always good. I'm sorry, I'm catching up levels. I'm catching up. I'm not ignoring you, I promise. Oh, thank you so much. You can thank my beautiful Mama Cyan. I have her credits below, as well as my Mama Billow, who did the rigging. But thank you for your kind words. And then everything I have on screen today is a free asset, because you know what? Money is a thing, but we don't have a lot of it. But thank you again for the follow. Thanks for coming to my second ASMR stream. I don't know, we're just kind of vibing tonight, which I think is fine. The whole point of ASMR is so you guys can just relax anyway. So, it doesn't need to be super crazy. But I do have things to tap if we get bored and you guys would like me to tap on things. But I will have another piece of chocolate because it's sitting in front of us. Just read us a book. I did think about actually getting a book for an ASMR. I don't have one right with me, but I have one in the other room. If you guys want, I could go get a book. And then you can deal with me mispronouncing words. But I could find a book. I have a book I haven't read. Let's see. If you give me a second, I'll go find a book. Give me 1 second. I'll be back. Okay, 1 second. Let me mute while I move closer. Hello, gamers. I'm back. This is a book I haven't actually started yet. I've been meaning to read it. It's by Rick Yancey. It's called The Monstraliumologist. Hopefully there's not a lot of big words in this one because you know I can't read. But yeah, I haven't started this. It's a horror novel. That's a good way to fall asleep, huh? Let's see. Want to hear the pages? Let's see. When was this book published? It was published in 2015, so it's not super old, it's not super new, but we can give this book a try. I thought maybe in October it would be kind of fun. I do have copies of both. Well, I have a few. I have Frankenstein, Dracula, The Invisible Man, which is a shorter book, so that's a little bit of an easier read. I believe I have Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde as well as Dr. Faust, so I do have some classic horror books that maybe we can do a reading ASMR stream in October for. But we can do this one for now until I don't want to read anymore. Okay, let's see. Somebody's gonna come in and be very confused, but that's okay. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, if there's a big word, that's my only hesitation with reading books, especially ones that are older with old English and things like that. I may struggle, not going to lie. Let's see. Prologue, June 2007. The director's facility. We've already made a mistake. Oh dear. The director of facilities was a small man with ruddy cheeks and dark, deep-set eyes. His prominent forehead framed by an explosion of cottony white hair, thinning as it marched towards the back of his head. Calyx rising from the mass of like waves, moving toward a slightly pink island of his bald spot. Replace it with a bleep. I probably shouldn't. That'd be a little loud. His handshake was quick and strong, though not too quick and not too strong. He was accustomed to gripping arthritic fingers. "Thank you for coming," he said. He released my hand, wrapped his thick fingers around my elbow, and guided me down the deserted hallway to his office. "Hello, Saku. Welcome, welcome." Chat demanded, and I am a monkey. We are reading a book for a little bit on today's ASMR adventures. I hope you like reading. "Where is everyone?" I asked. "Breakfast," he responded. His office was at the far end of the common area, a cluttered, claustrophobic room dominated by a mahogany desk with a broken front leg that someone had attempted to level by placing a book beneath it, and the dingy white carpet. The desktop was hidden beneath listing towers of paper, manila file folders, periodicals, and books with titles such as Estate Planning 101 and Saying Goodbye to the Ones You Love. On the crescenda behind his leather chair sat a framed photograph of an elderly woman scowling at the camera, as if to say, "Don't you dare take my picture." I assumed it was his wife. He settled into his chair and asked, "So how is the book coming?" "It already came," I answered. "Last month." I pulled a copy from my briefcase and handed it to him. He grunted, flipping through some pages, his lips pursed, thick brows gathering over his dark eyes. "Well, glad to do my part," he said. He held the book toward me. Meow, 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 meow. "Well, glad to do my part," he said. He held the book towards me. I told him it was his to keep. The book remained between us for a moment as he glanced at the desk, looking for the most stable pile upon which to balance it. Finally, it disappeared into a drawer. I had met the director the year before, while researching the second book in the Alfred Krupp series. At the climax of the story, the hero finds himself at the Devil's Mile Hopper, a 500-foot deep sinkhole located on the northwest side of town. I had been interested in local legends and tall tales regarding the site, and the director had been kind enough to introduce me to several residents who had grown up in the area and who knew the stories of this mythical gateway to hell, now a state park, presumably because the devil had departed, making way for field trippers and hikers. "Thank you," he said. "I'll be sure to pass it around." I waited for him to go on. I was there on his invitation. He shifted uneasily in his chair. "You said on the phone you had something to show me," I gently prodded him. "Oh yes." He seemed relieved, and now spoke rapidly. "When we found it among his effects, you were the first person I thought of. It struck me as something right up your alley." "Found what among those effects?" William James Henry. He passed away last Thursday, our oldest resident." "I don't believe you've met him." I shook my head. "No, how old was he?" "Well, we aren't really sure. He was an indigent, no identification, no living relatives, but he claims to have been born in 1876. I'll take a pause here. "Hello, hi, welcome. Thanks for joining the family, Richard D18. Thanks for joining our ASMR stream today. Chat requested that I read a book, and so I am. We're reading Rick Yancey's The Monsterlamologist. But thank you for stopping by. I hope you enjoy your time here. And yeah, thank you. I stared at him. That would make him 131 years old. "Ridiculous, I know," the director said. "We're guessing he was somewhere in his 90s. "And the thing of his you found that made you think of me." He opened a desk drawer and pulled out a bundle of 13 thick notebooks, tied in brown twine, their plain leaf leather covers faded to the color of cream. He never spoke, the director said, nervously plucking at the twine, except to tell us his name and the year he was born. He seemed quite proud of both. "My name is William James Henry, and I was born in the year of our Lord 1876. He would announce to anyone who cared to listen, anyone who didn't, for that matter. But as to everything else, where he was from, to whom he belonged, how he had come to cultivate, where he was discovered, silence. I had no reason to doubt it, but until we found these wrapped in a towel beneath his bed. I'll take a little water break. Sorry. I took the bundle from his hand. "A diary?" I asked. He shrugged. "Go on. Open that top one and read the first page." I did. The handwriting was extremely neat, though small, the script of someone who had formal schooling, when instruction had included lessons in penmanship. I read the first page, then the next, then the following 5. I flipped to a random page, read it twice. When I read it, I could hear the director's breathing, a heavy huffing sound, like a horse after a brisk ride. "Well?" he asked. "I see why you thought of me," I said. "I must have them back, of course, when you're finished." Of course. I'm required by law to keep them in the unlikely event a relative shows up for his things. We placed an ad in the paper and made all necessary inquiries, but this sort of thing happens all too often, I'm afraid. A person dies, and there's no one in the world to claim them. Sad. I opened another volume to a random page. I haven't read them all. I simply don't have the time, but I'm extremely curious to hear what's in them. There may be clues to his past, who he was, where he came from, that sort of thing. Might help in locating a relative, though, from the little I've read, I'm guessing this isn't a diary, but a work of fiction. I agreed it would be almost impossible to be anything but fiction, based on the pages I've read. Almost, he asked. He seemed bemused. Well, I suppose nearly anything is possible, so some things are much more possible than others. I took the notebooks home and placed them on top of my writing desk, where they stayed for nearly 6 months unread. I pressed on a deadline for another book and didn't feel compelled to dive into what I assumed to be incoherent ramblings of a demented non-Arginian. A call that following winter from the director goaded me into unwrapping the frayed twine and rereading the first extraordinary few pages, but little progress besides that. The handwriting was so small, the pages so numerous, written on front and back, that I just skimmed through the first volume, noting that the journal seemed to be composed over a span of months, if not years. The color of the ink changed, for example, from black to blue and then back again, as if a pen had run out or been lost. It was not until New Year that I read the first 3 volumes in their entirety in one sitting, from first page to the last, the transcript of which follows, edited only for spelling and correction of some archaic uses of grammar. Folio 1, Progeny. What do you think, guys? Should we keep reading? Is it exciting? Has it piqued your interest? We can read a couple more chapters, I think, if we would like. Let's see how long the first chapter is. The first chapter is about 16 pages. We want to get through that. I'm just a simple monkey here to dance for you guys. That, or I can go back to talking about anime. That's always a good ASMR topic. It does make me wonder what kind of life Dead Old Man lived, and why they thought it was fiction. Well, we can read another chapter. Oh, shoot, I didn't pause ads for the stream. Well, I guess we'll have ads this stream. That's my mistake, I didn't turn them off. I wish there was an easier way in OBS to turn them off. But I guess not. I'll wait till the ad break says it's done before we keep reading, in case anybody else was really invested. Sucks to not be subbed. You're so right, Jesus. Maybe this will just encourage everybody to sub. Maybe this is the motivation they need, is being stuck with ads during an ASMR stream. That's so mean. I won't do that. But yeah, that's my fault. I didn't think about turning it off. It's okay. What bully them? I think I need to mentally prepare myself before I would do a stream where I bully you guys. I know some people that do ASMR, they do channel point redeems for bullying or for praise and things like that. I think if we get into the habit of doing maybe at least like 2 ASMRs a month, I'll probably look at those kind of things for channel point redeems. But since this is only my second one in like over 3 months, I don't think it's justified to do channel points at that point. It's well worth the points to be degraded. What could I tell you to spend points on right now if you want to? Let's see. It's one of my most expensive things. It's not a sound alert. Ball. It's actually by someone who can't really degrade. I can be a total bitch if I want to. You guys get the nice side of me, because I don't want to scare you guys away because you're all cowards. But I can be a real bitch. Is Mix It Up not working? I definitely have it open. That's very odd. I'm not sure why it's not working. Let's see. What can I yell at Jesus about? You're stinky and you smell bad and you're probably bald in real life. There you go. I don't know why it didn't actually remove my goggles though, because I have Mix It Up open and that's the redeem. Let me look at it really quick. Let's see. Channel points. Let me edit it maybe. I'm not sure why it wouldn't be working. I have it set to, oh, there you go. Oops. I think this is mostly my test one, probably. I'm not super sure why it isn't working normally. I don't know. But I only opened Mix It Up today. I didn't open up the throwing system. Just because from what I can tell for the 2 minutes I've looked at it, you typically need to mess with the sound settings for each individual object, and I really didn't want to deal with that, so I figured that'd be a lot. Oh, hi, welcome to the family. Picardio, Patica. I'm gonna call you Picardio. Patargio. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining the family. Welcome to an ASMR stream. I don't get to do these very often, but I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you. In the future, I will try to do more ASMRs, but they'll be a little more planned out. My first one definitely was. This one we're kind of just winging it and chatting it today. But thank you for the follow. Okay, maybe let's read the next chapter. Chat asked did I read a book, and I found a book I haven't read yet, so we're gonna read this one. Let's see. Chapter 1. A Singular Curiosity. These are the secrets I have kept. This is the trust I never betrayed. But he is dead now, and has been for more than 40 years. The one who gave me his trust. The one for whom I kept these secrets. The one who saved me, and the one who cursed me. Funny fanfics. Fanfics I feel like are kind of hard because I don't want to, like, I feel like I have to ask permission to read people's fanfics, because also, like, what some people might consider funny, other people might not. And then if it gets into, like, shippy fanfics, then we run that whole risk and everything. If I had my own fanfics that were out in the world, I'd read those. But I don't have any that are out in the world, unfortunately. So I can't read any of those. I don't know. I feel like it's rude almost to, like, read people's fanfics without permission. Does that make sense? I'm not even sure what fandom I would read for, honestly. My go-to fandom is obviously One Piece is one of my favorite ones. Let's see. I can go to AO3. Yes, any beefy monster man. I like that a lot. If I read one, I probably would want to do anime, because I know more about that than probably some of the other categories that they have. But yeah, I don't want to go to one and be like, oh, this is bad or this is funny. Because if the person wasn't intending to do that, then I feel like that's a little rude, you know? It could just be me, but I kind of feel like that. Maybe if there was like a light novel or something we could read. There's only 917 fan fictions for Berserk on AO3. That seems kind of wild to me. Hello, hi, oh, hi, thank you. Thanks for the follow, the Spec Panther 27. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining in the Kraufish family, and thanks for coming to my ASMR stream. Today, we don't really have a solid plan. We're kind of just chatting and hanging out, but that should be good, right? People can fall asleep to that. Yeah, this is crazy. How does Beyblade have more fan fictions on AO3 than Berserk? Beyblade has 2,213 fan fictions. That's very interesting. Can I organize? I want to search all fandoms. I want to see what has the most. Beyblade fanfiction reel. Hello, hi, welcome. I feel so bad. Is it Ty or is it Tay? I read it and then my brain like breaks. I sorry. Let's see. Oh, I see. So on AO3, if you go to all fandoms, it'll show you the top 5 for each one. Like Thai. Okay, sorry. Tinko. Let's see. For anime and manga, the top 5 are Boku no Hero Academia or My Hero Academia with 278,142 fanfics. And I'm gonna say a lot of those are not safe for work. Haikyuu, the volleyball boys, has 590,000 fanfictions. Naruto with Ninja President has 104,828 fanfics. These are all 6-digit numbers. The next one is where it starts to drop. We're at 5 digits now. And it's Attack on Titan, or Shingeki no Kyojin. I think that's how the Japanese pronunciation is. With 80,110 fanfics. And then the 5th highest fanfics for anime and manga is Bungo Stray Dogs, Bungie Boys, at 59,720 fanfics. Let's just go and read all of the categories and how much they have. I think that's very interesting. Let's see. For books and literature, Harry Potter has 424,984 fanfictions. Followed by Star Wars, all Star Wars has 214,470 fanfictions. Sherlock Holmes and related fandoms, which I'm assuming is like the books, but potentially also maybe a little bit of the TV show, is 132,240 fanfictions. Tolkien, which is the guy that wrote things like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit, is at 91,287. And the 5th highest book in literature on AO3, which, sorry if you don't know, is Archive of Our Own, which is one of the largest networks for fan fiction and fan creation. It also has originals. When I was growing up, the big one was fanfiction.net, but from what I understand, that one is dying. They really want to slither in. They do. Apparently, people are really horny for Harry Potter. Let's see. Next is cartoons, comics, and graphic novels. Marvel has the most by a long shot. Marvel has 589,981 works. Marvel has more than 500,000 fan fictions on AO3. The DCU only has, compared to that, 287,275 fanfics. And then this is where it gets interesting. Star Wars is also listed on this. It's the same thing, Star Wars All Medias, with the 214,470. Then it goes to Captain America, who independently has 107,918 fan fictions. Some of those superhero suits look hot. They do. It's just kind of crazy that they have more than 500,000. And then the final one for comics is actually Batman, who has 103,669 fan fictions. Oh, did you guys hear that? That was my shoulder. It popped, dude. There's a lot of overlap and things like that. They have a category that's for celebrities and real people. Thanks. Let's see if I can get my back. No, I can get my knuckles. That was on my knuckles. Let's say celebrities and real people is kind of an interesting category, because when I looked at it, at first I thought it was going to have people's names, but it just has like categories. So the first one is real person fiction, which has 602,728 pieces of literature on the site. Video blogging, I'm assuming RPF stands for real people fiction, has 244,964. Actor real people fiction has 113,680. Sports, which is very surprising to me that sports is so high on here, has 95,216. And the last one is the one I think we all kind of saw coming, which is the Dream SMP Gang of Kiddos. They have 76,202. I've never watched anything from SMP. Their fandom is kind of crazy that it's like that massive. To rant for a moment on ASMR. Anytime I go to a con now and I think I see somebody cosplaying as Urahara from Bleach, the guy with the hat that's got the green and white stripes and everything, I have to do a double take because one of the people in Dream uses an Urahara skin in Minecraft. And so now most of the Uraharas you actually see at cons are Dream kiddos and not Bleach kiddos. But I think that might change with Bleach kind of getting a resurrection. I'm hoping more people go and cosplay Bleach at cons. Simp fandom are crazy in many ways, true. I think every large fandom is kind of crazy in their own way. I don't know the exact person in the Dream group, I guess that's what you call it. I'm not exactly sure who it is, but yeah, it's every time I go to a con now, I have to do a double take, because it might not be Urahara, it might be him. Let's see. Movies, I'm not going to do the numbers again, but movies, it goes Marvel Cinematic Universe, which I'll do that number, is 488,003. Oh, hi. Hello, welcome. Thanks for joining the family. Superior Spider Sea Lovers. Thank you for joining on my ASMR stream today. We're mostly just chatting, might do some ticky-tapping and clicky-clacking, but thanks for stopping by. In the future, ASMRs will be a little more organized, but for today, we're just chatting and stuff. So feel free to get really comfy. Oh my god, another one! Where are you guys coming from? Who's sending you? Hi, welcome. Thanks so much for the follow. Whale52Blue, welcome, welcome. Thanks for stopping by my ASMR stream today. I don't get to do too much ASMR, but yeah, I don't know. Oh, I ate you. Sorry. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. We do ASMR occasionally, but I do a lot of other kind of stuff like gaming and chatting, and we keep it pretty chill even when it's not ASMR times. This is actually very quiet for me, not gonna lie. I can do like more like whispery like that, but it's a little straining on my voice. Already being this low is kind of straining because I'm naturally a very loud person. So for today I figured I'd do this, but I can come in every now and then and go give you some tingle tangles just for fun. Right now we're on AO3 and I'm just going through and looking at the amount of fiction that's out there for the categories is kind of crazy. Marvel overall has more than 500,000 pieces of fan fiction on the site, which is just insane to me. I think if I remember correctly also, for the longest time, the longest piece of English literature was actually a Super Smash Bros. Fan fiction, if I remember right. And it used to be the longest piece of written fiction in English. I don't know if it still is. I thought I heard something had passed it, but I thought that was pretty impressive. Let's see. Let's go to music and bands. This one, before I even glanced, I already had a feeling who was winning this category. Let's see. Music and bands. First up is K-pop overall, which has 574,616 pieces of fan fiction. So that's just K-pop overall. And then BTS has 196,441 pieces of literature. Those kids are pretty popular. Then it goes to music real people fiction, which has 88,333. Rock music fiction, which has 64,567. And then, to be honest, I'm surprised they're still so high up here, is One Direction. They have 63,889 pieces of literature. Back in the day on fanfiction.net, One Direction was very, very big. I wonder if a lot of people migrated their works from fanfic to AO3 and that also helped bring it up. I'm not super sure. Let's see. Okay. Then we have other media, which I guess is if you don't fall into one of the other categories, you go in here, which has video blogging real people fiction, original works, which I'm actually very happy to see how large that is. Original works has 228,414. Let's go. Star Wars is there. Doctor Who and related fandoms has 93,443. And then the Disney theatrical animated universe has 86,707. Kind of surprised that's so large. Let's see. Then there's theater. Whoa, look at that. Theater has much smaller margins than the other ones, but the top theater is Les Mis with 22,668 pieces of fiction. Then it's Hamilton with 19,295. Then it's actually Sailor Moon, because Sailor Moon does do stage plays, so I'm assuming that's why it's here in the theater category with 9,024. Then Newsies has 8,236. And Be More Chill, not sure, I've never heard of that one, has 7,355. Yeah, it has Sailor Moon, Pretty Guardian Sailor Moon. I think it's because stage plays are very big in Japan. Definitely not nearly as big, and at least in North America. And stage plays either are their own unique storyline, using characters from popular fiction, or sometimes they're like retelling arcs and things like that. So it's like a musical occasionally, but it's like a theater production. That's what it is. Almost every anime that I know of has at least one stage play adaptation. And stage plays are usually like they run for X amount of time and then they're gone. Some fandoms will bring them back, or they'll do continuations. For example, Hip Mic, they have a stage play that they do, which has the canon characters, but also adds additional divisions and things like that. And they actually have the stage play actors actually sing and rap the parts instead of just having the voice actors do it. And they're all actually very, very talented. I don't know. If I get to go on a Japan trip, I would like to go see a stage play. I think it would be a very interesting experience. Let's see, for TV shows, we have Marvel Cinematic Universe, DCU, and then coming in clutch, as they always have, is Supernatural with, oh my gosh, 255,233 pieces of fanfic. That's a lot of fan fiction. And then I go Sherlock Holmes. I figured Supernatural would be up here. Supernatural had like a death grip on a lot of people. I don't think, I mean, I never had a Supernatural phase, because when it was popular, I didn't have access to it on my cable and things like that. So I never got into it. Same with like Sherlock. I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Sherlock. I've seen a handful of episodes of Supernatural. I thought it was okay. And I've seen more Doctor Who out of those big three than anything else, because I've seen at least a whole season or two of Doctor Who. But yeah, I've never been a big Supernatural fan, never seen Sherlock. Just not my thing. I got a lot of anime. See, video games is where it changes a little bit. It goes Harry Potter, Star Wars, and then Genshin Impact, which has a lot. Genshin Impact has 143,981 pieces of fiction. Minecraft has 104,377. And then Final Fantasy as a whole has 98,992. Which is very interesting. But yeah, I think if I wanted to read a fan fiction, I feel like I'd need to find a way to contact the writers first and see if they would be okay with that. I think some of them too, it might even be fun, like once I start talking to people more, to like act out the fan fiction, especially if it's like a shippy fan fiction, if that makes sense. Why does Blue Exorcist only have 3,481 fictions on here? I think I had more on fanfic.net. But yeah, I think if I wanted to read like fan fiction, I would want to see if I could contact the people first, because I don't want them to think I'm making fun of their hard work. Because fan fiction for a lot of people is like their first avenue into creativity as a whole, whether it's writing or art or music, because it's a very accessible form of artistic expression. As long as you have, I mean, I've even not to clown myself, but I've even written fan fiction like in a notepad, so you don't technically really even need a computer to write fan fiction. I know a lot of people are very passionate about it, so to read fanfic, I think I would need to just reach out to people first and see how they would feel about that, you know? I don't know. That's how I feel about it. I'm gonna take another bite of my chocolate. Sorry, gamers. It was getting cold. I had to get my blanket. It's been very cold in the station, and I'm not a big fan. I'm not going to lie. So you guys need to hurry up with this global warming thing so I can be warm all the time. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Let's see. Maybe I can go back to the book for a little bit. Yeah, that might be kind of fun. You've been loving the cooler weather? I've been hating it. I'm not built for the cold. Like, I can enjoy the cold. Like, sometimes fall is nice. Mostly for Halloween. And I enjoy the snow. I don't like it when it's cold and there's nothing to enjoy. Like, when it's just miserable cold. Like, if it's that cold already, like, just snow, and then I can at least have a good time. I've just never been good with the cold. I've never been good at staying warm in the cold. I'm not a big fan of layers, and that doesn't really help either. Like, I wear blankets as a necessity to survive, not because I enjoy them. Sorry, that was a little loud. But yeah, I've never been a big fan of the cold. It's just not for me. I was born when it was warm, and I've lived in warm places most of life before the station, so I'm not built for it, is all. Like, I get people like sweater weather and all that kind of stuff, and I have sweaters and I have hoodies that I enjoy and things like that. I don't know. I can't get into it. And like, I like jeans and stuff, but I'd much rather wear tank tops and shorts and flip-flops the rest of my life. And like sundresses and things like that. Just when it's cold, I'm just miserable all the time, and I don't like being miserable. I know Mod Ari is the exact opposite as well. I know I'm in a very elite club of people that enjoy the warmth of a nice hot summer day. The only good things about the colder seasons are my birthday, Halloween, and Christmas, and that's about it. Oh, there goes another ad. Ugh. I am definitely gonna need to remember next time for ASMR to turn off ads. I do. Maybe there is a really easy way in OBS to turn them off. I'm not sure, unfortunately. And that's on me. I should have looked at it, but I was already running late today. Because, like I said, a lot of my time that I was going to spend to get set up, I unfortunately already, like, used up. Yeah, it was, I didn't get to do the stuff I wanted to do to get things set up and everything. Yeah, but one day, you know, it'll be better. One day. It's fine. Everything's kind of just like you know, it's a little bit of trial and error here. I think there's even people that, like, they've been doing streaming for a long time and they just haven't gotten the flow and stuff like that, you know? Yeah. Like, yeah, dude. Like, yeah. Like, yeah, dude. Like, yeah. What, you want me to be like your little meow meow? I'm nobody's little meow meow. I'm the king of meow meows. I'm the top meow meow. Nobody else is meow meow. That's right. I said it. I said it. I said it. That's what I said. I said it. Little boopies here and there. Yeah, I'm the king of meow meows. That's me. I'm the king, baby. It's, you like it when I clicky clacky on my keyboard. My little meow meow is sleeping on my bags. Oh, do you have a kitty cat? Oh, that's so fun. I wish I had a kitty cat. I do not have a kitty cat, sadly. It would be fun if I did. I've never gotten to have like a furry little friend like that. You know, the station's not very pet friendly, unfortunately. So I've always wanted one, but I know if I got one, I definitely probably would have to get, not that it's a bad thing, but I'd probably have to get a cat. Just because I would worry about like leaving a dog at home alone, or you know, if you make it work, you make it work. Or if you have a like if you live in an apartment, I always feel kind of a little bad for dogs, because unless you have a very, very small dog, it definitely can be hard for them to get, goodness, time and the ability to go outside and leisure and things like that. I think cats are better to take care of anyway. I think they both have pluses and minuses, right? I think a dog can definitely help you like stay active, because you'll typically need to go on walks with the dog and things like that, which I think is definitely a nice kind of bonus of a dog. I think dogs typically can be a little friendlier than cats, because I think dogs are a little more trusting than cats. Not saying cats can't be friendly, but I think you need to earn and build their trust first. Oh my god, another one. Hi Parky4111. Thank you for joining the Kraufish family. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follow and hanging out with us today on our little ASMR. My gosh, maybe I just need to do ASMR all the time. Maybe that's how I get followers. Maybe that's what I need to do. Dogs are stinkier. Yeah, dogs do have, from my understanding, a little bit more maintenance than cats in terms of bathing and grooming and things like that, since they maybe aren't able to do all of them themselves. Oh, a long message. Let me read this. Well, hi, I'm Cairo. Just found your stream and have to say, already liking your model and voice. How are you? Thank you so much. I'm doing my best to be very quiet. I'm normally very loud. It's hard for me to whisper. I can go like really quiet, but this really hurts. My voice box is built to be loud. Oh, but thank you. Thank you for saying like all of this is amazing. My model is by my amazing mama, Mama Cyan. I have her and everybody else that has made my lovely assets and things that help make the stream better down below. But thank you. You're fine, I'm not complaining. Oh, no, it's okay. It's just me, basically, complaining. I wish I don't know. It would be nice if I could be quieter. Oh my god, another one. Oh my god, they're everywhere. Hello, Cairo. Thank you for the follow as well. Thank you. Oh my god, is that 10 followers today? Where are you guys coming from? You guys just out of genuine curiosity, do you guys like just peruse like the ASMR channels and just kind of see what's going on there, I kind of always wonder how people find me, because I know I post when streams go up on Twitter, and I have like schedules on Twitter and YouTube and Insta and the server and things like that. I just always wonder how people find me and things like that. Just curious if you're comfy browsing the ASMR category. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just wondering. It's just interesting, like how people find me and things like that. We are getting closer to the goal. Woo! And my goal was every month to try and get 100 followers, but that didn't happen last month, but that's okay. I think any progress is good progress, right? We're almost 30 away from 400. That's crazy. That's so crazy. Let's go, gamers. Let's go. We're almost at 400. I found you on Apex streams a few weeks back. Oh, yeah, when I was bad? Yeah. I'm not very good at Apex, but I have a lot of fun with Apex. I think out of a lot of the, like, those battle royale kind of FPS games, like, I know Valorant isn't in that category, but I'm gonna count it in there because I do what I want. I think I've had the most fun with Apex, even though I'm not very good at it. I haven't played Fortnite since it first came out, and every time they add new anime stuff, I'm very tempted to just get on it. But I also am like, with how crazy I see it, I don't know if I want to do that. I remember raiding with Fio one day being, oh, true. I hope Fio's doing okay. I've been very bad about like messaging and things like that. I feel like it's also been really bad on Twitter. Like, I don't follow that many people. I think I'm around 100 people I follow. And even the following page is just like such a mess, so I don't get to see a lot of the people I actually follow, like what they tweet and stuff. I keep an eye out for VTubers in particular because honestly, I'd rather listen to ASMR than actually see what the person is doing. I know that sounds weird, but that's just me. Oh, yeah, no, I get you. Yeah, every now and then I get videos like on YouTube on the shorts where it's ASMR folks where they're like doing the sounds and stuff, which are still good, but it's a lot of it's also like visual stimulation, visually stimulating, which in my mind I thought a lot of what ASMR was meant for was to be more calming and maybe not necessarily help put you to sleep, but be like an element of that. So I always thought like having to stare at the screen and stuff was kind of like a lot, if that makes sense. But that's why I put some comfier kind of visuals. This isn't my usual layout and things like that. This is just for the ASMR. Here, I can show you guys what it normally looks like. Let me go to chatting and then I'll come back to ASMR. Oops, sorry. Ignore the background and stuff. But normally I have this, okay, let's see if I can move it. Well, see, there you go. So that's normally what my layout looks like. It's more steampunky-esque and on brand with my model and lore and everything. But I made a little layout for the ASMR today because I thought this was a little maybe less stimulating if somebody is looking at the screen. I thought this was a little more comfy cozy. But yeah, usually it's more like that. Now we're back. But yeah, all of the assets I have here today, other than the table and the blankie, are from AO Material on Twitter. They have a lot of free assets and materials for VTubers to utilize. They have a very good library. So my little mic down here, the background, and also the little smartphone text box I put today is all assets of theirs. So it's really incredible the amount of assets people can make and offer up for free or for like pay what you want, honestly. There's some really incredible resources out there for VTubers and also just streamers in general that you can use to kind of get started. You don't have to do what I did where I put money dollars into it, but I'm very much a person that is like, if I'm going to try something, I want to give like 110%. And for me, it was like, I want to do this, this, and this, and this. And that also means like later down the line, I don't have to purchase anything necessarily if I don't want to, since I have a lot of it already done up front. Fortnite is a lot easier than Apex. I think it is because it is technically geared more towards a younger audience, right? That's like typically their demographic. But I've always had more fun with Apex, even though I'm not very good with it. I'll come back. I have actually tried like ranked in Apex because I don't know, I thought it was really easy, which is like just because I get carried. um, it wasn't very stressful for me, especially probably because it's like low elo and it like really doesn't matter at low elo, you know. But it wasn't like super stressful for me, where a lot of other games when I do ranked even on low elo I feel like I get stressed out and stuff. Like when I used to play, well, I think I played League on and off, but when I used to do ranked in League, I got very frustrated and very upset a lot because it was so hard to move up and people were just like mean. Not like crying upset. I don't cry, I'm not a baby, but just like, I don't know, upset about the whole situation. I like the backgrounds. Oh, yeah, thank you. Well, this one, like I said, is AO3 material. My normal set of overlays and stuff is by Mia. Like I said, everybody that has stuff that's my permanent assets, I have linked below. Don't go on ranked, it's really toxic. I got yelled at for soloing a team and they die while I heal. Yeah, usually I just, like, if I'm not playing with people, like, I never have a mic on in games. I think part of it's that whole thing, like, not to feed into it, but I've seen one too many videos of people that sound female at the very least not having a good time, so I tend not to use my mic for anything in a game unless I'm playing with the people, like we're at a Discord call or something. And then usually I just mute people if I feel like they're gonna start being rude and stuff. That helped me a lot in League, is like just learning and accepting that I can mute people, and like even though I might not hear like their pings or their calls, like I don't have to see their negativity, which I thought was the biggest element of it. For me lately it's a Rainbow Six or COD. Don't play Apex much because my teammates that I normally play with have older consoles that struggle to run the game. Oh. I've never really, well, I maybe had a Rainbow Siege. I don't know. Is there multiple? I'm dumb. I know it's a Tom Clancy thing, and I did have a Tom Clancy game that I played, but not very much. And I haven't played COD in years. Like, I think the last COD I probably played was Black Ops 2. I definitely have not played any COD anytime recently. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with Apex, I think. I think Apex was pretty chill and stuff. I don't know. It's fun. I like playing it. I'm just not very good at it. I tried Warzone and died to fall damage too many times because I'm used to it. No fall damage on Apex. Oh yeah. Yeah, the first thing I do in a game is I usually test if there's fall damage, and then I suffer the consequences if there are any. But it's okay. Ooh. Goodness. Oh wow, we're already at like an hour and a half. Usually for ASMR streams, I don't plan them to be like super long. I'm very impressed by people that do ASMRs that can do it for like 4, 5, 6 hours. I think that's pretty impressive. I don't know, like even just streaming in general. Right now, I usually do about 3 hours, and the most I've ever done, even of a normal stream, is 5 hours. I think it'd be kind of insane to get to like a more than like a 2.5 hour ASMR. You know, especially if it's a lot of talking. I think maybe if you're doing more like the tapping and not a lot of talking, I think like it's a little easier to maybe to do a longer ASMR. But if you do a lot of talking elements, I think that's where it gets kind of hard. Which is funny because my plan, if like in the future for roleplay themed ASMRs, is I would like to do about 2 hours. Maybe I'm copying that a little bit from Vox, who I really like a lot of his roleplay ASMRs and the world building and stuff, but his are about 2 hours, which I think is honestly a really solid length. I see some ASMR roleplay streams that are about like 30-ish minutes, sometimes a little shorter. And for me, if I'm using it to help me fall asleep, it's a little too short. It's like one of those things where I'm like just about to fall asleep and then it ends and then I wake up. Where with like the 2 hour ones, like a lot of times I'll fall asleep about halfway through and then I can just come back the next day and finish like wherever I remember that I fell asleep. So I kind of like the longer form of the roleplay ones just because I can kind of stay in it a little bit more, if that makes sense. I just grind out camos on the latest COD release, Call of Duty 2022. Yeah, COD's kind of crazy. I used to play it when I was younger, and I mean, I had fun when I was younger for sure. It's just there's a lot of different branches of COD now, and everyone has things that are like slightly different from the last. Like there's like the Vanguard and the World War ones, Black Ops, Modern Warfare. It's a very large fandom and stuff. Oh, hi, Ithashun. Hello, welcome. Welcome to today's ASMR, where it's really just a just chatting stream. I'm just quieter. Welcome back. Tastes so good. I love chocolate. Oh, I got another one. Hello, Dylan29060. Thanks so much for joining the Kraufish family. Thank you, thank you. Thank you for the follow. I hope you enjoy your time in this ASMR stream where nothing of importance happens. If you guys want more of a, like, probably more typical ASMR stream, not to shamelessly plug, I do have my previous one is uploaded on my YouTube channel as a VOD. That one's a lot more whispers, mic caressing, tippy tapping things, and that kind of stuff. So if you want something like that, I have the whole VOD up on my YouTube that you guys are free to go watch. I got the Mastery camo for Modern Warfare 2019 that broke me. Oh, that sounds fancy. Do some Japanese ASMR. Watashi wa Akemi desu. Dozo yoroshiku. Sumimasen. Doko wa daigaku desu ka? I know words and things like that, and I'm learning more and more phrases as I play Duolingo. I do need to get more into the habit of actually like writing down the characters and things like that and actually studying more. I used to be very, very good about it. I know Duolingo isn't like the end-all be-all best way to learn a language. I know it has flaws, but for a free to access app, it is pretty good and pretty easy. The sounds and stuff were, I think, already a little easier for me to pick up just because I have watched anime like my whole life. I think there is that benefit of any language that you want to learn if you are around it enough and exposed to it. Like, even just by sound, you start to recognize it in common used phrases and words and things like that. So there's stuff that I've been learning on Duolingo that I have known for like years, just because, again, from anime and things like that. But like conversational Japanese, I'm definitely probably still very baby there, if there at all, honestly. My goal is one day to be able to, like, when I get to go on my Japan trip that me and some people are planning very roughly. When I do get to go there, I'd like to be able to at least hold somewhat of a conversation and be able to use it places like at restaurants, or if there's like a museum or something we go to for purchasing tickets and things like that. I'd really like to be able to at least contribute a little bit, especially as well because in I think it's in most countries, once you leave more popular, more densely populated areas, it's harder to find people that know whatever your native language might be, for example, English. So it's also helpful if you plan to go to more rural areas of a country you're visiting to learn a little bit more about the language so you can survive. Enemies lied that the bio isn't even a real word. I think there's a lot of not real words in anime. That's okay. We love anime regardless. Anime is a good time. I don't know. I like anime. Anime's good. I watch a lot of anime. I feel like every stream, that's the main thing I talk about. Just because not to brag about being the biggest weeb ever, I feel like I don't hear a lot of VTubers like talk about anime much, and maybe that's just because I happen to catch streams where they're not talking about it, or like they're more, I hate using the word casual, I mean more like they just watch it occasionally, they aren't like super invested into it. So I feel like I don't have a lot of people that I know on my level to talk to about anime in the VTuber community, which they probably definitely are. I just probably honestly haven't found them or caught when they've been talking about it, honestly. Like I felt a little awkward. Not awkward. I felt a little funny when I was doing the talk show with Bafa and Andron and Mo. They were talking about anime, and I was saying all these things about like, oh, this voice actor's in this one, and they're in that one, and they like these are some shows they were like I've watched, and there was some that they knew and some that they didn't. So it's just like interesting, you know, like the different levels that people are invested into anime. See, a lot of VTubers are only fans of the popular ones. Yeah, I think, to be honest, during the pandemic, on top of more people learning about VTubers as a whole and getting into it, it also got a lot more people into anime, which, you know, as a weeb, is never a bad thing to have more people to talk to. I think the issue I have is a lot of people have Netflix, which Netflix doesn't really have like the best or the largest category of anime. They typically have a lot of the more popular shows, which it, you know, popular means more streams and more revenue and things like that. So I do understand that aspect, but I think it also became kind of an issue because like that's really the main way people watched anime, and they haven't like branched out too much yet. The only one word to describe the Democritus Camo Grind on Modern Warfare 2019, that is Shipment, smallest 6v6 map in the game. It's kind of scary. Small maps are scary. I remember I didn't like that in Black Ops 2. Was it Nuketown? I liked the map, but it felt so small all the time. I like wanted to die, which happened a lot. There's this person like a handful of months ago I saw. You know, like sometimes you're like sitting at a library or at a food court or whatever, and you're kind of just like people watching as you eat or you read or whatever. And there was this guy. Apparently there's YouTube channels that are dedicated to like recapping anime. And in my mind I was like, oh, that's kind of cool, like especially if it's maybe like a longer running series that maybe you've forgotten some plot points you want to like recap without having to rewatch everything. Or for example, like Bleach came back after a really long time, so maybe you're somebody that only watched the anime, didn't read the manga, and you want like just like a little refresher on what's happened because you haven't watched the anime since it came out. So that's what I thought the recap kind of meant. But what it really meant was that this channel, they like, it was even stuff that was currently airing. So they would go to like seasonals, and they would have an episode on their channel that's anywhere from 15 to 20-ish minutes, maybe like 12 to 20, and they would recap an entire episode and just show full-on clips from the episode and just like be like, oh, John was sad because his magic wasn't strong enough, and then a power in John awoken and things like that. And like that's the whole video, is to recap like that. And I'm like, if you just watched the episode, if you just watched the anime, you'd be watching it in basically the same time this recap guy is doing it. And this recap channel has like, if I remember right, over like 200,000 subscribers. It's a very odd premise. I could maybe understand more if it was recapping like a season, if it was like a season of My Hero, and then you want to recap before the next season comes out or something like that, and it was like a 30 to 40 minute video recapping a season. I just thought the formula was very odd, that it was recapping like currently airing anime that are like 12 episode seasons, most of which aren't confirmed for another season for a while anyway, so you could just go watch the episodes later, even if you're not caught up. I thought it was a very, very odd practice. This is a very new weeb practice, I feel. Chaos or to put a play on words. Clusterfuck. Well, it's aggressive. Yeah, I don't think COD's for me anymore. I think it's too scary. I've seen people play it more recently. I'm like, oh my god. I'm just also not very good at FPSs. I play more to have fun than to like win or anything, and not very good at them. I'm just happy Bleach is getting the 1,000-year Blood War. Yeah, I watched the first season of it, of the new 1,000-year. I really, really liked it. I'm behind on the new season because I am watching it dubbed because I did grow up with the Bleach dub and I really, really like the cast. So I've been watching it dubbed. So I'm about 2 episodes behind on the dub right now. Most anime I do watch sub because I don't like waiting that much for things to get dubbed because they don't really simulcast anymore. I feel like simulcasting was more a thing in like the 2010s, and there's really not much that does it like they used to, where it was like the simulcast was like, I think within a week, or it was like 2 to 3 days of an anime coming out is when they would release the dub episode. And they don't do that anymore. So I don't typically wait for dubs, but the Bleach dub I've really, really been enjoying. It's not that far behind. It's like a month behind. So like 4 episodes, so not horribly behind. It's better than if I had to wait for the whole season to be out and then I get to watch the dub. But yeah, I'm a little behind. Let's see, I just go for camo challenges nowadays because I got nothing better to do. You should try this hit new game I saw on Twitter called Hazard Lane. Those girls' boobies are crazy. I might have to get Azur Lane. Maybe we'll play it on stream once just for the boobies. Bleach dub, whoa! Go Bleach, whoa! You ain't a weeb if you didn't search Super Saiyan 100. I'm not a big Dragon Ball person either. I've noticed the older I get, closer to the 300s, 400s, whatever I am, I don't even remember anymore. The less and less I've been interested in like shonen and action-y shows. I think it's because like shonen has like a very known template of like how the stories and the characters are supposed to do things, and I feel like a lot of shonen I'm not liking much anymore. I like a lot more seinen, which is typically geared towards college and up, which can still have a lot of action and things like that. Okie dokie, I do be like, okay, good night, Jesus. Thanks for hanging. Have a good sleepies. But yeah, I think it's also because like there's only so many times I can watch some 13-year-olds beating the heck out of each other before I I lose my mind. I like with seinen and stuff, it's a lot nicer because it focuses on the relationships a lot. I'm not saying that like shonens don't focus on the relationships. I just feel like they're not as like, I don't know, strong about it maybe at times. Like it feels like they do the bare minimum and then people are happy with it. Which is very odd, you know. Good night, Jesus. Of course. No problem. We'll be back Thursday. We'll be Thursday for something. I think we're actually playing my Final Fantasy 14, which is funny because I didn't think about that when I switched to that yesterday when League was giving us problems. That's okay, it just means more Final Fantasy 14. Just more vibing, just more hanging. But yeah, I don't know. I still enjoy shonen and I'll watch it every now and then. Like GGK I like because I feel like it's not a total departure from the shonen formula, but I do like the focus on the characters and they kind of amp up the violence a lot. I think that's the other thing with shonens is I don't like how it feels like a lot of times they like are pulling punches and things don't always seem like they're permanent, where in like seinen and things I feel like it's very, very permanent. Like you know, I'm not a big Naruto kiddo, but from what I understand, like Naruto, sorry spoilers, lost his arm and then he just like ninja jitsu'd an arm back, and I'm like, so your consequences aren't permanent, sort of thing. Oh, hi Constantine. Of course, of course. I do my best. I do my best. The live TT models for some of the girls are beautiful, but also kind of spicy. Yes. There's one of the girls, I don't know what her name is, that's been going around Twitter. And she's like wearing a very suggestive little kimono number, and her boobs are quite literally spilling out of her top and onto her oh frick, what's the name of her little string instrument? Shiesman, it's something like that. I feel so bad I can remember it, but her boobs are like literally spilling out. So maybe that'd be fun. I know people freaked out with Nike a handful of months back when that came out, and the girls are shooting and their whole butt is just like going, which I appreciate. There's not enough good butt content out in the world, not gonna lie. Been watching a lot of romance. There has also been a lot of actually really good romance anime the last handful of seasons. Spring had a very, very good lineup of romance animes. There was a lot of really strong ones there. And this season, I've been really enjoying My Happy Marriage. I'm about halfway through right now. And I really, really am enjoying that one. But yeah, I feel like the older I get, the less I'm into the shonen stuff. I usually still try to try them, like at least a season of it, because now a lot of the shonens too are moving to the like seasonal 12 to 25 episode model. Well, I'm gonna head out and go see bees. Glad I found you. What should I call you? Oh, sorry, yes. I'm AK or Akemi, whatever works. But yeah, thanks for stopping by. Just stop by streams, whatever you want. Since you follow, you'll be alerted. Mommy. I definitely don't think I have the mommy energy. I feel like I'm between like the teenager kind of like kid models and mommy energy. I'm like maybe like the big sis energy. I'm like your One-chan. That's the one. I feel like I'm more like One-chan energy, but not even like Ada One-chan necessarily. More like your like bully kind of One-chan, or like your tomboy big sis, which is fine. I feel like there's not a lot of tomboys in the VTuber community, at least appearance wise. I think personality wise there's a lot more, but like model appearance wise, it's like there's really not that many. It's like very small, I feel like. Same also with like muscular women models, which is funny because like that's a very big market that's not tapped. I'm technically strong, but I don't have the super defined muscles. Like Buff Pup, she's one of the few that comes to mind. Not that I know every VTuber or anything like that. That has like a very distinguished like muscular model for a female VTuber. That's a market I'm very surprised isn't tapped into more. Yeah, I don't know. We're cool. We're cool. We're cool girls. The ones that go do things and be athletic and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. We're cool. Goodness. Maybe we will just go for 2 hours today. It's funny because ASMR, like, I don't feel like I do a whole lot of stuff, but it's kind of draining, not gonna lie. I think it's just having to like kind of keep this calm, quiet kind of pace that's a little draining about it, maybe. So yeah, shout out again to people that do ASMR for a lot. I know some people that they do it. There's one girl I follow. Let me look her name up because I want to make sure I say it right. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Following. I want to find her really quick. She's not upcoming stream. Whimsy, WHIMSIEZ. She's really good at her ASMRs. She also does very long ones. Like a lot of hers are like 3, 4, 5 hour long, which I think takes a lot of endurance and a lot of stamina to do ASMR that much. She's very, very good at it. I like her stuff a lot. She does it very late at night. Like most of the time it's like 1 a.m. for me when she starts. Which, you know, that works for most people. But yeah, she's very impressive that she can like last that long when she does her ASMRs. Like I said, I feel like most people that do it, like if they're not doing like the clicky clacky kind of stuff, I think they really typically last about like 3 hours on the average. Hers are very interesting too, because a lot of hers is just her chatting and telling stories, and then she has like redeems obviously for like certain things like licking, kissing, words of affirmation kind of things. So hers is like very unique to me style of ASMR where it's just like kind of story time. Kisses, yeah, she has one of the ear mics, like this little thing down here. And from what I gather, I don't know a lot. I think people literally like directly kiss them, or they just like go up and pretend to kiss it. But with the way it like feeds into the headset, I feel like they have to be like directly like making contact with the ears. Which I feel like then you would have to clean them all the time. I saw a YouTuber once where they lick it. Yeah, that's another thing. That's apparently a very big thing in maybe the more the sensual side of the ASMR community is kissing and licking the mic. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely can't do that with my mic. I just have I have the, what do I have? The HyperX Quadcast. So like I don't even think I'd want to try, because like then I don't know how to clean the mic. That's the main thing that gets me with the kissing and licking, is like if they are doing it directly on it, like you have to clean your mic like every single stream and things like that. I've never watched it, but browsing the ASMR category, I've seen thumbnails of people with ear mics in their mouth. Yeah, I think that's how they have to get those sounds, because otherwise to kiss you'd be like which is like not very sensual. I think they really have to like actually be kissing the mic, which is very interesting, you know. Sorry, that's probably not very sensual. I think it also takes a lot of balls, not gonna lie, to do like more like sensual kind of ASMRing as well, because that's like really putting yourself out there, you know. So yeah, I don't know, that's the closest I could do kissing sounds. After maybe like if you kiss like the back of your hand or something, but again, theirs are like very in your ear holes, so I do think they are like directly on the mic. I don't know, it's interesting. I'm not like super into the ASMR community, so I don't know all the ins and outs and stuff. I do enjoy the content occasionally, but I'm not like well versed enough to know everything about the rules and all that kind of stuff. Bikini streamers, you know, to each their own. If that's what some people want to do, you know, that's on them. I think even if it's just for the money, which get your bag, I still think it takes a lot to be that comfortable to stream for, you know, again, like 4 or 5, 6 hours, and very like I mean, in general, bikinis are meant to be revealing, right? That's just the whole thing about a bathing suit nowadays, right? So it's very impressive still, even though, you know, maybe it's not something I'm necessarily into or vibe with. I just still think it's pretty impressive that they can do that for like 4 or 5, 6 hours and be that confident in themselves and like what they're wearing, and hoping it doesn't cause problems. More so in like slippage of like the fabric and things like that. I don't know, you get your bag, you know, whatever you gotta do to make your money. Like, we live in the 21st century. There's a lot of different ways to make money these days, where, you know, years and years and years ago it was a much smaller market. It was like you can be a farmer, you can be like somebody with like a technical skill like blacksmithing, glassworking, masonry, that kind of stuff, artists. It was a much smaller like job market, you know, back way. We live in a day and age where there's a lot of different ways you can make money and make it your job and stuff. Hello, welcome. Ototo Daimon, welcome. Yeah, you can sell pics of your feet. I've seen videos of people that are able to sell, like, you know, clothing that they've worn, pieces of like their hair. We had the bath water a couple years ago and things like that. So, you know, again, whatever works and stuff, you know. Then I tell you guys, if I had a gamer fuel kind of drink, I'd make it the AK bath water or the AK sweat water. Can I sleep in the stream this afternoon? You could try. You can take a siesta, a little nappy. That's always an option, right? I'm not a big nap person myself, so I don't typically take naps. I usually only take them if I'm very exhausted, both mentally and physically. It's just hard for me to lay down and take a nap. Once I'm awake for the day, I'm like awake. So I'm just like ready to zoom and go. Maybe one day when I'm older, I'll be more into naps or something like that, or if there's ever a baby AKs running around, I'll need naps then or appreciate them then. But I'm not much of a napper, and I'm also a night owl. So like I'll stay up late, and then I'll, depending on the day, I can sleep until 10, 11, noon. So I guess in essence I'm kind of taking a nap because I'm sleeping in that late. But I already own the Anime Girl Thigh Gamer Support one. Oh, interesting. I don't know, man. I think the armpit one is like it's kind of got like merits. Maybe I'll get some artwork of AK sweating it up. I think people don't appreciate them enough. I think they don't get a good enough rep. Thighs, thankfully, are making a very strong comeback in the last few years. Butts could use some more love, not gonna lie. I think boobs they've had their moment, they've had their time. I think boobs they need to share the limelight a little bit more, you know. Just a little bit. Oh my goodness. Ugh. Yeah, today was a very tired day. The weather was one of those days where it's just like dark and overcast the whole day, so you're just like tired because of it. And then I did a lot of things around the station today too, so that doesn't help. But yeah, it's just one of those things where you're just like tired. I'll contact Gamer Subs for AK Armfat Club. Thank you. I went to their site the other day because I do own one of the waifu cups. I own the Shark Girl one. I thought that was a really cute design. I got it at a convention. But I was going back and I was like, oh my gosh, it's like every season, if we're lucky, they have one girl that like her butt is on the cup. I get like boobs are easier because it's like a front pose and stuff, where like if the butt's there, you have to have like more of a little bit dynamic kind of pose. But I was kind of surprised that it was like every season there was like maybe 1 to 2 like butt girls, or like one butt girl per season. And then I think there was one season, I think it was the third season, that didn't have any girl with like her butt on the cup, which is kind of crazy. They sell out fast too. Yeah, I've never bought one through the site before. It stinks because like I'm like never in a place where when they come out I can justify getting them. But I also definitely cannot justify going and buying them off of people like on eBay or whatever for like triple the price. I do want to keep an eye out though for some of them. Let me go look right now actually. Let's do. A little clicky clacky for you guys. I think when I looked last time, I didn't think I had found. Oh, they have them in a different section. I was like, I didn't think I had seen the brain, like the VTuber cups when I look through the seasons. But I see now they're like in a separate creators area. I see. Let's see. Oh, they have a lot of creator ones. Interesting. Are they always for sale? Or are they also, they sell out? Okay, they also have a limited run. So the ones I know going through this, there's so many content creators in the world, it's so hard to know many. Obviously I know Shy Lily. I've not really watched a lot of content of Emaru, but I know her. Share the screen? I don't wanna. That's so much effort to share the screen. It's so hard. Let's see, I see Swagger Souls. This is funny. Toby on the telly, I haven't personally heard of. Let me see who else I recognize name-wise. Kaho, I recognize. To be honest, Kaho I know through Sea-Dog VA. Yeah, that's where I know her from. That's how I learned about her. Amaranth I know. I recognize her name. Oh, Shy Lily's had 2 waifu cups. Oh. Oh, Emma Richu had one too. I recognize her. Trash Taste has their own. Okay. They're a different website. I see. Let's see. Oh, Kaho has 2 cups as well. I see. Let's see. J-Slat, I recognize the name at least. I don't think I've watched a lot of his content. Oh, I didn't know Max Mofo had one. And then Anything for Views, I didn't know they both had ones. Oh, I didn't know Aethel had one either. There's so many content creators. It's so hard to follow so many. Sidsnap has one. Neanders has one. Kaho, oh, Kaho actually has 3 waifu cups. Oh, wow. Fei has one. Rainho has one. See, hers has the butt on it. There should be more like that. Cinder has one. That was the other one I had heard. She got one. The Anime Man. Yeah, Fillion has hers coming out too. Merryweather also has his. Silverveil, hers has the butt. Oh, hers is interesting. Hers actually has. Oh, and Emarichu actually has 2, and so does Swagger Souls. So it's interesting that some content creators have multiple. Silverveil's is interesting because hers is actually in color, because usually they have it where it's like a black and white kind of outline silhouette, and then the drink usually has a section that they fill in on the cup. So that's interesting. I'm surprised with hers they did it in color. I wonder why they did it in color. I wonder if it's something like she requested or they requested to make one in color. Not really sure. Yeah, that's interesting. I didn't see any of the other creator ones that had it in like full color like that. My favorite one is Foxy Rain. There's some really good ones out here. Again, I'm disappointed there's not a whole lot that are focusing on the butt. Oh, here, one of Kaho's actually is also full color. Sorry, I know I'm getting a little loud. Sorry. One of Kaho's also has full color, and hers is very interesting because it's like a wraparound design, where most of them have just like a usually one side, but I do see some of them have like a 2-side design where it's like their avatar and then like another illustration on the back, where some of them just have their avatar and then it's the GG logo on the back. So it's interesting like how they, I guess, figure which ones get which and things like that. It's probably a lot of back end kind of businessy talk to do that kind of stuff, but it's just interesting that they have a lot of different versions. And then also that some like content creators have like their own flavors, like Shy Lily has one. I know Kaho has I think 2 or 3. So it's interesting. I like to, I don't know, from a business perspective, I think it's really cool. I'd like to see, I guess, how they kind of like plan that out and what those kind of talks are like. Oh, JJK has one. That's interesting. Interesting. Yeah, I don't know. I like a lot of their designs for the waifu cups. Again, I'd appreciate it a little bit more if more of them had like the butt focus. Maybe if we ever partner with them and we get a cup one day, maybe I can request that I would like the focus to be the butt. Maybe I can ask. Maybe I ask nicely. Hello, Gamer Saps. I would like my cup to be the butt, please. Thank you. That's very big dreams to be on their cups. You have to be a very large content creator, for sure to be on their cups. I think they're a little more open with people like reaching out to them to be affiliates and have like a little affiliate code. But yeah, to have something as big as like a cup, especially the drink flavors, that one I think you'd have to be a really large like creator, because that's a lot of time investment. The cup's already a lot of material and product costs, but there's a lot of research that has to go into the drink flavors for sure. Let's see. Oh, they have interesting. Oh yeah, so you can like apply to be a part of their army and stuff and like kind of see what happens. I think it depends on the sales and how many people use someone's code. Oh yeah, that's probably a good way to gauge it, because if they know, like, for example, like using Shy Lily as an example, if they already know her fandom is fairly large and they're gonna like constantly use her, like, I guess every month they do the top 10 partners of the month, and Shy Lily is number 4 for like out of all of their partners. Number 1 is the Russian Badger. But it's like, it's Russian Badger, H3H3, Pay Money Wubby, Shy Lily, Bricky, The Group Podcast, Moist Critical, Blueprint, Goons Podcast, and then Cold Ones. That's kind of crazy, because Cold Ones is like pretty big, and Shy Lily, like, you know, did higher with the code usage. So yeah, you probably have to be at least on their top 10, I would think, for them to consider like reaching out to you for like a cup deal or something like that. That's what I would think. Or like a long-term top 10 kind of person. And then they also have an honorable mentions, which is 15 more people that did really good with sales. So they have like Emma Richu, Filian, Lord Ethelstein, Silver Veil, Cinder, Trash Tastes, those kind of things. So very interesting. Well, that's cool. They say even organizations or a stream team can apply and stuff like that. Huh. Interesting. Yeah, I think I'd want to hit at least 400 to 500 and stuff before I would consider like seeing if I could reach out to potentially like be a partner with them, because I also see on all of their platforms they're like if you click on one, for example, it says YouTube subscribers, and then the categories are under 10k, 10k, 50k, 100k plus. So that's the same for all of the categories. So I think it's a very future AK problem to have. Tier 3 subs got her that high. True, they probably do buy a lot of the stuff too. Very interesting. I don't know, I mean, like, she is insane. She's blown up so much in like the last year. It's like really insane, which is like really good for her, because from what I remember too, she got in like a really tough situation when the pandemic happened, and she worked in like customer service restaurant kind of style place. I think that's what it was, if I remember right. And she was streaming for like fun on the side, and then she decided, you know, I might as well go all in. Because Because like when you're in the customer service industry with the pandemic, it's like you don't really have a whole lot of options because so much just shut down, right? So she like really turned around what would be like could have been a very, very bad situation, like for her financially, mentally, all of that. Like she turned it around and she made it like an empire. I guess that's the best way to put it, like the womp womp empire. But it's really impressive. Like that's that's what a lot of people like, they hope to have that like 1 in a million chance to be like that. And she really got it, and she got her bag. And she seems to be having fun all the time anyway. She was all over my feed. Yeah, she's like everywhere. I don't get to watch a lot of her streams live. Unfortunately, that's just the case. So it's honestly a lot of streamers. There's some people I can tune into live. It just depends on the day to day. A lot of the people that I enjoy watching, I usually honestly watch like their VODs, or like clips from their streams and things like that. It's very hard, honestly, as like a casual content creator like I am, where I just like stream and I kind of upload things on YouTube, and eventually I'd like to do more. It is hard to find time to like go to other people's streams and get to like watch and engage in things like that, just because you have your own streams. And then if you're like I'd say like 90% really overall of like content creators, it isn't your main source of income. It can't be your main source of income. Like you have a lot of other things going on, or you're a student, or like whatever it is. You don't get to have all of that like free time and stuff. Not free time, but you don't have like that time that you get to dedicate to going to other people's stuff as much as you would like. Where if like I got to the point where it's not about the money, but unfortunately it also is about the money in the world we live in. I think I had mentioned on chat before, I think I would need to, like, if I wanted to do this full time, I'd have to like reliably be able to make like 4,000 to 5,000 a month from streaming and like YouTube and other sorts of revenue to do this full time. And even then, that's not like living the high life, That's still very, very good money, and like in a lot of places that's enough money to live off of and save and do what you need to do. But like realistically, to do this full time, that's how much money I'd have to be like guaranteed a month to do it. Which right now is totally fine. Again, it's like for fun right now. We're not there. I need a little more following for that, I think. Your schedule is perfect for me because it's late at night. I hardly have time in the mornings. Yeah. For a lot of people, they said this works because it's like late at night. I do feel bad for like East Coast folks because when I start, it's usually like 1 in the morning. In the future, I'd like to bump it up maybe a little bit earlier to maybe like 9 p.m. we start or something like that, so it's not as bad. But right now, 10 is the best that works for my personal schedule. Yeah, that's still middle class, but like realistically, I think that's what would be stable, right, to survive. Would be in that kind of ballpark. I think like a little less, and then it's maybe still kind of risking it. Like if you do like 4,000 a month that you get before taxes and everything. Oops. That's like 48,000, which in some places in North America you can survive on that. You're not going to live super comfortably or anything, but it's still livable. I think the main issue then becomes like if you do this, you're kind of like I think it's qualifies as like you're a business right at that point, and so then you'd have to pay for all your own stuff. Like you don't have a boss at a company that's putting money directly into like a retirement fund for you or a pension. Not that those really exist anymore. Or like a 401k or anything like that. Nobody's covering your health care. Not that they really are, but like you have to do a lot more of that going yourself. Like some places, some businesses do cover a portion of your health care and stuff like that. Or if you're very, very fortunate, you might work at a place that covers like all of your dental and vision, and then maybe you just have to pay for medical. Where if you're just like an independent streamer, like that's like all on you typically, right? All of those expenses, and then planning to like save it to try and be like financially responsible and like retirement, things like that. Like that's why I think like the 5,000 a month, as crazy as it does sound, I think is really reasonable, because there's a lot of cost out of your own pocket that you have to cover, since you then be like an independent, I forget what the word is, like you're employing yourself, you're like independently employed, right? So there's a lot of like costs that you would have to cover that you don't get potentially the help of like a boss or a company to do. So that's why, like, yeah, you need to really like realistically be making at least that much a month. Yeah, which is like, again, that's like a very small percentage of content creators that are able to make that much and sustain themselves. And you know, there's even fewer still that they make, you know, a surplus, so they like get to do a lot of things that maybe they wouldn't be if they weren't a full-time content creator. Like a lot of them, like just normal YouTubers, they've bought houses, cars, like they're able to move full countries and like start a family and everything because they have that kind of like financial stability as a full-time content creator. That it's very like, it's like a 1 in a million like lottery kind of odds that you're one of those kind of people. But you know, never say never. It could be me. I could be the 1 in a million. I could be the anime waifu living in my anime mansion with my anime friends. So I like to never say never. Anything's possible. Like, you know, there's a lot of people too that even if streaming maybe isn't like their only source of income, it's still a lot of really good additional income that they're able to use to support themselves, support their streams and their content, and like be able to branch out and do more things. So, you know, anything's possible. I guess that's just the lesson we learned here. Anything's possible at the end of the day. Let's see. I know it's very short for my streams typically, but my voice is kind of dying because I've been whispering this whole time. I'm gonna see if there's anybody else I know that does ASMR that's online right now. The one girl I was talking about earlier, she's typically not on for a little while longer, and I don't think Sasa is streaming tonight. I think he was in a collab earlier. Yes. Would you guys... Oh my god, that's a lot of... Oh god. Hello, welcome to the family. I'm so sorry. That's a very complicated name. I don't know how you sign in every day. But thank you for the follow. Thank you. Let's go. We're 30 away from 400. Let's go. That's crazy. Like, I don't know. I think that's insane that we're like at so many followers already, and we've only been doing this since like basically June. And we're almost already at 400. That's crazy. Let's go, gamers. Thank you. Yeah, is Bob okay? Because it's a very hard name, I'm not gonna lie. But thank you very much for joining the family. But yes, I don't see anybody else that I follow that is on right now that's ASMRing. I feel like if I'm gonna ditch you guys, dump you guys somewhere, I'd rather do it to another ASMR streamer. Would you guys be comfy with that, or would you rather we just end it because we don't know what the vibe of like another ASMR streamer might be? What do you guys think? I want you guys to have a say in this because I've never rated for ASMR. I've only done one other ASMR, obviously. And I would probably pick another VTuber at least. Guess I just have to look up VTuber. Let's see. Cause also like I'm not super sure how other ASMRs do it, if there's a more sensual or if there's a more chill, those kind of things. So would you guys be comfy with us going to somebody that's maybe like doing a little more like sensual kind of sort of ASMR? Oh hey, there's me. I'm scrolling and looking through. Some people have like the live Dio ASMR kind of stuff. Some say they do ear licking, and I know not everybody's into that, so I was gonna maybe avoid people that said they're gonna do ear licking and stuff. Dump them in a horror stream so the ones who are taking a nap. No, let's not be mean. Let's see. Oh, somebody's having a subathon for their ASMR stuff. Maybe we can go raid them. Let me listen a little bit to see what it sounds like. They sound like, oh, there's an ad. Give me a moment. Let's see. Oh, she's a dragon. Oh, that's cute. No backseat modding, no special promotion. English only. Okay, okay. Oh no, there's a Raising Cane's ad on her stream. Oh no. I want it. Let's see. She seems really chill. I'm gonna sleep soon, but I'll lurk for a bit if you're ready. Yeah. If you guys don't mind, like, whoops. She seems like she's just kind of chatting and stuff, which, like, we were doing. So we can go read her for sure. She seems nice. Okay, one moment. Here's your clicky clacky ASMR. I'm sorry, I probably have not been keeping a very good volume. Let's see, Brooke the XYZ. Here we go. So we'll go read her, but thanks for stopping by today. I hope the ASMR was like good. I know it wasn't very planned. I do apologize for that. I just ran out of all of my time to like plan and even just collect items for that kind of stuff today. But yeah, thanks so much for stopping by, guys. Thank you so much for all the new followers. We're only 30 away now for our next goal. Our next stream is gonna be Thursday at 12 p.m. PST. We'll be playing some more Final Fantasy 14. Oh my god, another one right at the end. Thank you so much for the follow, JCat Chemist. Thank you. Let's go. Now we're 29 away. That's incredible. But yes, next stream will be Thursday, 12 p.m. PST. We're gonna play some more Final Fantasy 14. Woo! And then the last stream of this week is gonna be Friday at 10 p.m. PST. We're gonna continue Ace Attorney. I'd really like it if this week and next week maybe we can finish up at least the main part of Ace Attorney. Because my plan is then we rotate into Persona 3 Portable so we can get that finished before Reload comes out. Okay, we're gonna go raid. Feel free to stay there as long as you guys want. Thanks again so much, and see you guys later. Goodbye.